And we are back. And you can still see the taskbar on the left. I just now actually did some testing on trying to hide it, but it really messed up the... Well, it's not the aspect ratio that gets messed up, it's just that this window is 800 by 600 pixels, and I'm zoomed in 150% into it, while maintaining a desktop resolution of 1280 by 960. So basically, if I were to hide the taskbar, this window would not then cover the entire screen. There would be this taskbar sized gap on the left. So I'm thinking of having it stand there for the moment. I don't think there's an easy solution at my fingertips. If there is, I don't know it. But yeah, I've been busy this first autumn period with my university studies. Basically, I had two coding courses with programming languages that I was not too familiar and comfortable with. So the weekly exercises went to overtime and ended up eating chunks out of my free time that I previously had used to record, as well as messing up my energy levels and motivation to get things done. But no, one of those courses has ended, and one is about to end. It's the autumn holiday week in Finland, although my major discipline in the university does not really treat it as a holiday. But basically, the next period starts next week, so I should be able to get some stuff recorded. And it has indeed been a while since I previously recorded, so I'm not entirely up to speed as to what I was supposed to be doing. I just remember getting ganked in 3 frames by the Warlord Squires, I think they were called. Might be misremembering their names. But yeah, I've also been suffering from some sort of autumn flu for the last, is it 3 weeks and 3 days? So 24 days now. And I think it's just the 2 completely different flu strains that somehow got queued up. So initially I suffered from a kind of tickling sensation in my throat that made me cough, but now it has changed and there's some pain involved occasionally. So we'll see how much that ends up affecting this recording. I might have a coughing fit at some time during this, so hopefully I'll be able to mute myself if that happens or edit it out later on. But be forewarned, especially if you're a headphone user. There's also some new information regarding the Runtime 11 issue that caused the first long hiatus in Demise series recording. And some data points towards the Wanderer's Cutshell causing it. Because if you can remember, the error message popped up when I was able to wield it. That was when it started manifesting itself at around Artisan level 96. And quite frankly, it might be because of all these data involved in the weapon. and since it can error even outside combat, it might be involved with these with the regeneration ticker. That's my hunch, but there really isn't a hell of a lot I can do about it. I mean, I could unwield it, but then I'd be without its awesome benefits. But that would allow us to record at full screen again. But I don't know. I've also been thinking of increasing my artisan level to 197, which is the level where artisan gets all the attack and defense value from the guild that it's going to get ever. And those would really benefit us when we level up the Ote classes, because if we are playing as a caster, we are going to need all the defense that we want, because the gear that we are able to equip is not going to be as protective as the choices available on the warrior classes. So I've been thinking that I might actually need to get that air elemental quest done and then power level artisan up. Unfortunately, the air elemental quests. Oh, hello. Do we have a Codex of the Mind somewhere? Because if we do have that, then that could be an easy way of getting the quest done. We might need to check our Magi character, because he's carrying all the treatises that we found so far. Unless there's some in the bank here. Not on this character. Yeah, I think the Codex of the Mind is the spellbook that teaches mental resistance, and I haven't found that one yet. Yeah, looks that way. Unless the tavern has it. Of course, these are all unidentified. Or rather, it uses my character's perception to try and figure out what they are. And some books I do identify. It's not here. So we need to get the air elemental the old-fashioned way. Ideally we'd have a high-level Magi character who is able to charm elementals with ease, because the scrolls that do contain charges of the spell do so at a fixed casting level. No, wait, it's not that, it's this one. It says it uses the caster spell level, but I think it only uses the caster spell level if the caster is of a casting class that can get the spell, even though it shows here that any guild can use it. So let's buy a bunch of these, combine them together to give us 12 charges. Then we'll put it in slot 3, I think. And we also need to probably put life drain in, because it's my least damaging offensive ability, and I need to whittle down the elemental's hit points so that this scroll can actually work on it, because you have higher chance of charming something when it's badly hurt. So hopefully that will allow me to successfully do it. So that's probably what I'm going to attempt to do in this session. If it works fast, I might be able to start leveling the artisan up. The air elementals are on dungeon level, is it 9, 10 or 11?
We wish to join.
And I do not want companions because they get the elemental that I'm trying to charm. Yeah, I think it's dungeon level 9 where you can find them. Well, we have some here, but there's also a spacifier. I need to change it to defense by default so that it won't default to using the melee attacks and obliterating all of those. And then I need to use life drain to hurt them. Problem is that this pacifier has a breath weapon that will always hit me. And we'll see what happens. Well, they were quick to flee, which is unfortunate. So many thieves. I'd rather not aggro them because with my luck they'll just steal the scroll that I'm using to charm the enemies. Okay, I might have the dungeon level wrong. Because the ones that we did come across were grouping with the Spasifier. Even on this level, that was a stat squared room. So, guessing we should go up a level. Or maybe we are too high now. I do have this faint recollection of usually seeing air elementals in environment where the floor was of the blue tiles variety. It should be in this low level. When it's sort of blue. Or we could try to get it spawn with specifiers again. Oh, this one could be it. Okay, they fled after getting hit by life drain. So what's the next damaging variety? It's Shatter Spirit. But key press 2. Okay, I do have a corpse of one now. The mortuary might be able to resurrect it if it passes the constitution check. And I guess that's good enough for me. Let's return back to town and hopefully get it resurrected. Oh dear. I don't remember the coordinates for this jump. So it's 8 to the left, if I calculate it correctly. And 12. So -8 and +12. Feels faintly familiar. And failed. Fuck! Well, at least we level up Warlock.